Hi YouTube, this is Penwithers. On the previous video that I did, I had quite a few comments asking for just to have a look around the layout and a little bit of background. So I thought we'll start off with just a little bit of history. Obviously I started in September 2013, so I've been 6 years pottering around with the layout. And originally it just if you look back at some of the early videos, it just curved around on this side here. Excuse me, and we didn't have the upper layout or layer at the time. And then over this side, the layout used to curve around this end here and return back. Consisted of 3 loops on this section. I've got quite a few gradients on it. And a few different levels, and then probably about 6 months in, a friend of mine said why not drill some holes through that pillar there and that pillar there. So we then ended up with a second layer with 2 loops, and that was the start of it. Obviously, I'm a great Western fan. I've got approximately 30 different Westerns running around the layout at separate times. And then just to give you a little bit of an idea, obviously we got Truro Station, which really started it off. This was all made in card and is as an exact model as I could do probably back in the 80s. So Justin from Model Rail Scenery helped me out and laser cut the tower railings, and there's 2 of those. Scratch built, it's always called Black Bridge. So I scratch built that out of plasticard. Obviously Truro engine shed. Platform lengths there to scale, and you can just about get an 8-car HST in on the length. And then over here we did like a little clay dryers. Wasn't really based on anything, it was just really to fill in the corner, and we got like a little china clay quarry in the corner. Cement loading depot down below. Little viaduct over the other side there, and then we have another viaduct there up on the second layer. The layout now is in a room which is, it's 15 foot wide across there, and obviously if we look from there down into that section, the overall length is 30 foot. So obviously down here we've got there's a helix here, and there's one over in that corner there, which takes you, obviously if you look in that slope, into a helix, and then it comes in underneath to a 9-lane fiddle yard. Got a little beach scene here, obviously being in Cornwall. It's just really evolved a bit with filling in empty pieces of the layout. And then coming up to the top, we've got St Earth, and that's the milk depot, where obviously all the St Ivel wagons were loaded. So I've got a little loading bay there, and this is really from what I remember from when I was a kid. it's about as it was laid out. And one of my favourite bits is that building there, which has the curved roofs. And then obviously here we've got some blazing, which has been going on for what seems like forever. Must be about 2 years. But, you know, we're all back there. There's Penwithers station with its elevated signal box. Obviously that was scratch built. And a little original station building. So obviously we've got some nice views around. And obviously the flaps here drop down to join this section up to that section. So just some useless bits of information. There's approximately 550 yards of track, 100 points, a lot of them not motorised. Just to give you some different views. And obviously the one that I started off on the header of the last video was looking across here to some Blazy, which I thought was quite a nice shot. And obviously in here is a bit of a workshop. It's a bit of a glory hole. Never seem to be able to keep the workbench tidy, but there's always something on the go. A little bit more storage of locos on the wall there. Obviously a few larger boxes of some future projects. I don't know if you can just see at the top there, these are quite a few O-gauge wagons and so on that I built over the time, a little pannier tank. So I've got a big list of jobs that need doing. The next project is probably weathering. I've got a lot of rolling stock here that needs to come out and be weathered, a few more locos, but yeah, some big projects. So really that's gives you a little bit of a idea of how big an area we've got. And obviously my pride and joy, the Penwithers junction box. That's the original signal plate or signal nameplate of what would be Penwithers Junction, which on the layout would be this section here. But hopefully that's given you a little overview of what the layout is like. I'll see if we can do a little campsite ride around the layout next. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.